Sometimes I have to be very conscious of my apathy, and sometimes I have to be really conscious of my empathy. There's a study that talks about how people who have gone through a lot in their life typically develop a form of apathy because they're like, well, I've gone through it, so can you, and I made it out, so can you. And I think one thing that I'm constantly challenged with is choosing empathy over my apathy. Choosing to remember what it was like to be a new mom who has a crying newborn and feels like she's losing her mind or doesn't know who she is, and sitting with her and kind of putting myself in her shoes and remembering what that was like. But it goes in other areas too. I mean, I lost my mom when I was 20 while I was pregnant with my son, and I think that there are things where people look at me and they're like, Lauren, how did you get through that? And I honestly don't know. It's just choosing to get through it, I guess. And I'm really lucky that I had a mother who really encouraged me to continue and to strive forward and to live and choose life and to choose the lessons even when they're hard and when they suck. And like my perspective on that has even shifted itself too by other people's impressions and the things that they've said in their lives. And I think it's just realizing that life isn't necessarily out to get you. Life just happens. And as my friend Doyle has said to me, and really it's stuck in my brain, is that sometimes it's just your turn. And damn, life starts hitting different when you look at it that way. Today, I'm at Keystone Lake. I have just been having a lot of, you need to go outside, you need to go outside, you need to go outside, you need to be in nature, you need to be in nature like you once were, because my solar plexus is just really suffering sometimes. I just have crazy fluxes of energy that happens in that area. This is a place that has fueled my solar plexus so beautifully. I'm deeply connected to water. Deeply. There's something about it. It's funny because I hated swimming growing up. I had a pool and I hated swimming, and that might have had to do with just my body and feeling uncomfortable in a bathing suit and wanting to just play The Sims inside. But now as an adult, I love water. I can't get enough of it. The Keystone Lake in Oklahoma has so much solar plexus fueling energy for me, and it's weird because this lake isn't anything great in the sense of it's so trashy. People do not take care of this lake at all. People just throw their trash. Most of the lakes in Oklahoma are man-made, so that inherently is not fun. There's beautiful music happening outside, and if you listen, it's like that. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is music. I wanted to share with you guys a few things about Keystone Lake and why I love this place so much, and kind of what it means to me. During COVID, the house that I was in sold, which forced me, really, because dear God, we all know that there were no houses available for rent around COVID times. I had to move in with my parents. Having to move in with my dad and my stepmom was really uncomfortable for me because I hadn't lived with a parent since I was 17 years old. Literally, I moved out on my 18th birthday. Being in a place that's uncomfortable, being in an abusive relationship, and being kind of in this weird limbo of life, I needed a safe space to come to. I needed a safe space that I could get away from everything and find peace and comfort in was so important to me, because I didn't feel like I had that. Living with my stepmom and my dad, I was in a tiny little bedroom, and I'm so grateful to have gotten the opportunity to live with my stepmom and my dad, because it healed a lot of my childhood wounds, and I really came to love and appreciate my stepmom in a different light. But again, I didn't have any space that was mine that I could really center or ground myself in. And so I decided that I would just find that somewhere else. And somehow I found Keystone Lake, but this very specific spot. The lake is about 20 minutes away from my house. So it's really, really, really close in the terms of just having water. Again, man-made lake. It's not clean. It's not anything except for it's a way to find peace away from so much noise. A lot of people get uncomfortable with silence. A lot of people get uncomfortable with their thoughts. And trust me, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be like, oh my God, my thoughts are ugly and they're hurtful and they're spiraling and I just wanted to shut up. And I find for me that being in nature really allows me to meditate. Now, when people think of meditation, they think an empty brain. And that is not what I view meditation as. I view meditation as I'm going to focus on this thing that I'm doing to clear out the noise. I come to the lake and I sit and I'm listening to the music that is nature. And the wind is just a tiny amount of wind. And it's so beautiful. And everything is just kind of still. You can hear the wind in the water, and that's like it. It brings so much peace in meditation where I could clear out my noise, my abusive relationship. I could clear out all of this shit that just was taking up so much of my mental energy, and I could release it here. I've sat on many of these rocks and written so much. I have journals. I'm a journal girl. I have like literally 6 journals that are completely full. And I love that. I love to write, but I have to have a space to be able to let that go and let it out. And I've just found that I've neglected myself in that. Like, I don't come here anymore and journal or connect with nature in the way that I used to. And so I want to start doing that more. But now I want to see if I can do it vocally here with you guys. But also with my journal. I have a whole little bag here. I have my journal, my pens, little gardening supplies. Just allow myself to let go and not have my phone, not be connected. It's just, I set my timer for 20 minutes and I don't get on my phone. I don't look at anything. I don't scroll. And I just know that I am here now, right now, here for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, however long I choose. And that's what I do. What a liberating thing, really, because I feel like we're all just on the go. Gotta fill your calendar. Fill your calendar. And dude, it's fucking exhausting. I have to allow myself this space and time. I have to. Oh my God. It's just like, I have to allow myself this space and time to come and let go and find peace somewhere that is beautiful. It is so lovely, and there's hardly ever anyone here. And if there is, it's like there's like 3 boats, and like in the summertime there's this whole shoreline that you can walk, and there are people that will go swimming, but they stop at a certain point, and there's a whole cove over there that's so secluded and cool. And I've had so much fun in these coves, man. I've brought so many of my friends here. If you're my friend and you've come here, you probably know what I'm talking about. But there's like a whole cove of rocks, and I've done so many photo shoots on these rocks, and it's just it's so good. It's so warm, and it's like it's behind a neighborhood. It's so cool. And like, it's in my backyard. It's literally 20 minutes away. and I can bring my kayak here. I can fish, I can swim, I can do anything, and it's so close and it's beautiful. And this is where my tree was. I had a tree. I had this tree that I was very connected to. It's down that way and around the corner. This whole thing wraps around. You can walk. Do you see this thing? You can walk to over here from right here. You can just keep walking. There's a tree over there that was so cool. It was a low hanging tree. I will try to put a picture in this video here. And I would set up my hammock, and Casper was so little. I think he was like 3, and we would just come here and we would spend hours, and this is where I would get away. And he was so little, he just wanted to play in the water, get his feet wet and collect rocks, and he couldn't hardly talk, and he was chubby, and he had Hawaiian roll arms. And I found solace here with him because I didn't want to be at home where I was kind of uncomfortable, and I liked being connected with him outside. And so this is where we would come. So this place has a lot of really deep feelings for me, and I come here and I'm so connected to something. I don't know if it's because it's the first place that I allowed myself to feel while sober, or while going through the feelings and thoughts of losing my mom, or in where I released all that pain. But it's so soft here. It's just welcoming, and it's like a big hug, and it's so cute. And I'm I love this place. Clearly, look at me crying. I just wanted to tell you guys about it today a little bit, but I think I'll finish off the conversation just by saying that I hope that if you are navigating something and you really are finding it hard to escape reality, go find a little place in nature. It doesn't really matter where it is. It can be in the backyard under a tree. It can be at a lake. It can be anywhere. I don't care where it is. But go find a little place in nature and give yourself 10 minutes of just not being on your phone, not doom scrolling, nothing. Connecting with nature and Mother Earth, and allowing yourself healing time in her. Whether you bring a notepad to write, or a journal to draw, or a notepad. That seems like that should be opposite. A notepad to draw, a journal to write, whatever. Do whatever you need to do. If you want to sit in silence, that's great too. That's always beautiful. And allow those thoughts, when you were wanting to be in a meditative state and you want to be present, and so you're focusing on what's in front of you and what your senses are, and not having those intrusive thoughts. When those intrusive thoughts come in, allow yourself to think about them. God forbid, allow yourself to think about them, because otherwise they're just going to get stuck in your brain, and it will not leave, no matter what you do. Okay, thanks for coming in. Now you can leave and just continue being present again. And when the next thought comes in, allow that thought to come, and don't think about it too much after that. Just acknowledge the thought and be on your way. That's how I go about meditation in anything. That's yoga, that's exercise, that's painting, that's my jobs, that's here, that's with you. Living that way, I really, really, really tried to live that way. It's hard. It's really hard. It's so hard, and I know that there are times that I love to escape, and then I have to force myself into times of being present, because that's how I am the best mom, and I want to be a good mom. And so here I am today with you, and I am recording this now, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna journal, and I'm gonna think, and I'm going to allow myself to not think, and I'm going to allow myself to just be for a moment today, and not force anything, and just exist and not and do. There's a duck or something that just quacked. Thank you for being here with me today, now. I am so grateful to get to spend some time with you and share this spot, this aspect of myself, and a little bit more about it. Because I'm sure it's obvious I love this place, but why is like what matters. Love ya. Bye.